The micro and nanoplastics are everywhere in the food we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe. When they enter the bloodstream, these particles can circulate through the body. They've been detected across multiple tissues and organ systems, including the liver, kidneys, heart and blood vessels, placenta, and breast milk, as summarized in a recent review published in Nature Medicine. These particles can also accumulate in the gastrointestinal tract, lungs, and endocrine and reproductive organs, where such accumulation is associated with potential disruption of the normal biological function. As someone with over 2 decades of experience in chemical engineering, I find this evidence deeply concerning. Micro and nanoplastics enter the human body continuously through ingestion, thermal contact, and inhalation. Exposure to these particles occurs without interruption. Now, among these pathways, inhalation may represent a particularly hazardous route. According to a study conducted in a coastal city in eastern China, individuals spending time outdoors may inhale up to 1 million microplastic particles per year. Recent findings suggest that when inhaled, the plastic particles, particularly those carrying surface charge, may migrate along the olfactory nerve through the brain towards the brain where measurable concentration have been detected. Among the organs examined in a recent study, the highest concentration of micro nanoplastics were detected in a brain tissue. The levels there were 7 to 30 times higher than those in the livers or kidneys. The researchers at the University of New Mexico estimate that in middle-aged individuals, each gram of brain tissue contains about 4,900 micrograms of plastics, roughly 0.5% by weight. In absolute terms, this amounts to about 7 grams, comparable to the weight of a small plastic spoon. Here, I want to point out that the situation may be even more concerning for children because their lower body mass and higher intake of air, liquid, and food relative to their weight can result in substantially higher exposure to plastic particles per kilogram, up to 4 times greater than adults by some estimates. This brings us to question whether internal accumulation of these particles is associated with measurable effect on human health. According to the European Academy of Neurology, residents of coastal areas with higher levels of micro nanoplastics showed increased prevalence of functional impairments, including 9% higher cognitive disability, 6% higher mobility disability, 16% higher self-care disability, and 8% higher independent living